So there's this beautiful African woman that I noticed her. I found her on TikTok and then started following her on Instagram. I just thought she looked so beautiful. Like she was pregnant and I think she even has like one of her dances when she was pregnant pinned. And I think that's like either her third or her fourth daughter. And I was like, wow, I always find petite African women that could like carry so many kids and still look as if they don't never had any children very fascinating to me. You know what I mean? I think it's beautiful and it's like you're well kept. So, recently today I logged into Instagram and I saw that somebody tried to burn her with acid. And when I tell you my heart stopped because it's just it's so sad because I've seen so many stories of beautiful women that just lost their beauty from being burnt because that is permanent damage. Excuse my teary eye, but seriously, I've seen so many stories of just and it'd be your own people. There would be women that are your friends that would pay people to do these things to you. Seriously, the first story I've seen of this, I think it was on Instagram. There was this woman. I'm gonna tell you a story. There was this woman. She had a boyfriend, and the boyfriend, no, he had a baby mama. So it's his baby mama. So he had a baby mama, and then he got with her, the new girl, and the baby mama's bitter. And that is why I'm you know what? For me to date a guy with a child, that his ex has to be, I have to look up to her. You know what I mean? She has to just have so much pride in herself where it's I've seen that she's moved on and she's happy. Anyways, so long story short, this guy, this is the first acid burn that I've seen. This guy went to the club with his new girlfriend and his baby mama showed up. Apparently poured battery acid in is it a champagne glass or a martini glass and splashed it on the girl. And it's people just started running, her face just started melting, and then she just she has that permanent damage right now. And it's just that is what enviness will do. Just because you're a beautiful person, people will do these things to you. You have to be so careful out here. It's not a good thing. And you see me, if somebody did that to somebody that I knew, you have to die. It doesn't even matter. And if the person that this damage is done to finds the person that did it to them and decides to kill them, you can't even be mad. And I just feel this is something it's becoming common. Very common in society. I mean, this woman, her name's Korraobidi. She's in the UK, and this happened to her in the public. She had to wash her face out with Coke. And it's just why? I just hope she becomes so much of a star that she has bodyguards where she doesn't have to fear for her life in this way or for her beauty, to just disable her so that no one's gonna care because she's doing things, to support her family. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. When you see these stories, I would. It's just being a beautiful woman myself. I can't imagine somebody plotting against me in that way. Which is why I'm even talking about it. I've seen so many girls. There's this other girl. She was she's Indian, and she talked about how I don't know, I can't remember really the story. I think she was in school, she was coming back from school, and some man just walked up out of the dark and poured acid on her, and now her skin, I don't know. The worst thing is, like, even the first story that I told about the baby mama one, and her pouring it on like the guy's new girlfriend, I think the only punishment she got was house arrest. These things should guarantee that the person gets, I don't know, like life in prison or something, because you can't damage somebody's skin like that permanently and just be house arrested. And that story is about like a black woman, and like I have to laugh because I don't understand. Like, I've even seen stories of like a girl, like she's African, and her friend who she had around her all the time plotted against her. Her and her boyfriend burnt her, and now she's permanently walking around with her skin like that. Hey, I don't know, man. I mean, there are people that are just that bad mind. I pray to never meet them, never come across them, never know them. Like, seriously. It's just scary to think that you can just be outside on a stroll, just dancing joyfully, and somebody decides I'm going to burn her today. I'm going to permanently fuck her up so that nobody gives a fuck, and like all her millions of followers just like go up into thin air. Yeah, no. I pray that like I pray that these people that go around, they burn themselves first. God does something. So it's like they have the acid on them, and for some reason something happens where the bottle they have it in, it opens and it spills on their leg. Or as soon as they hold it up in the air trying to put it go, the wind just comes and it pours it back on them. Like, on my life. Like, I really hope that people that go about doing these things, may it burn them first before it burns anybody else. Fucking wicked people. May they burn in hell after they burn themselves. It's just so wrong, to do that things to people. Be uplifted and support people. That not everybody can be in the entertainment industry. Stay in your lane. Stop being so hurtful and bad mind because you don't love yourself.